I know I talked about this before, but let's settle this once and for all. Is Kid Icarus, A Myths and Monsters, canon? There are two reasons on why many fans think this game is non-canon. The game wasn't released in Japan until February 8th, 2012, on the 3DS eShop. And there wasn't any references in Uprising, unless you count the music, during the beginning of the first half of the land battle of the Aurum Brain Fortress in Chapter 17, in which it does sound like the main title theme of Myths and Monsters. Although it seems like it points to be a non-canon game, there is evidence that Nintendo does acknowledge its existence. During the launch of Uprising at Nintendo World in New York, there was a bunch of Kid Icarus memorabilia, and a cartridge of Myths and Monsters was presented in the display. On the UK's website of Uprising, it still says that the game is still the second entry within the series, even though once again, Uprising doesn't acknowledge the second game, except for one thing, to some extent. I think I know why. What if the second game takes place before the first game? Think about it. The first two games never specify when it took place. Palutena didn't mention Pit's past adventures, meaning more than one adventure, during one of the conversations in Uprising.
Home or away, I fight to win.
In your past adventures, the underworld was where you died the most, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You might recognize this type of underworld enemy from your past adventures.
In the second game in the manual, it states that Pit must go under 3 trials in order to see if he was worthy of the 3 sacred treasures, in order to stop Orcos, the antagonist of the game. In Chapter 24, the name of the chapter is called the 3 Trials. Pit must complete Lord Dento's 3 trials in order to see if he was worthy of the great sacred treasures. The first game and the 3DS Classics versions doesn't have official 3 trials, since the 3 sacred treasures were stolen by Medusa's army and then given to Twin Bellows, Hudra, and Pandora. It's most likely that Pit was already worthy of wearing it in a Myths and Monsters, and then the events of the first game happen afterwards. Why wear it in the first game, and then in the sequel be unworthy? It makes no sense. He defeated Medusa, and saved Angel Land. Wouldn't that make him worthy? I mean, to me it is. You could say that Pit and Palutena's artwork designs in the second game looks a bit younger compared to their designs in the first game. Yes, I'm aware that their artwork designs look different, but still, they look younger. As for the 3 sacred treasures, changing between both games, it could be possible that in-game, perhaps Orcos damaged Pit so much, and as a safety precaution, Palutena requested Lord Dentos to create a shield for him, that being the Mirror Shield. I mean, she did stated that the 3 sacred treasures have been to be fragile with age. This might have happened off-screen.
So the 3 sacred treasures are pretty old now. Do they still work?
They've grown more brittle with age, but they'll likely last a few more battles.
You're not exactly inspiring confidence here.
Well, maybe you don't even need them anymore. Don't be such a chicken.
Just to remind everyone, Lord Dentos was the one who created all the weapons in Uprising, even the 3 sacred treasures.
Actually, he's the god of the forge. He made the 3 sacred treasures. He creates all weapons, even that sad little one you're using now.
In which I'm glad, because fighting Orcos without a shield was hell, with or without the 3 sacred treasures. But then again, fighting the bosses in the game was a pain in the ass compared to the first game. Still a good game though. As for the ending, where Pit loses wings, all because of the smug-ass sun, you bastard. It's most likely a comedic ending that shouldn't be taken too seriously, or even canon, in my personal opinion. I mean, Palutena could just use the rewind spring to fix the issue, and besides, Pit still can't fly, regardless of the issue. To end this off, Palutena and Pit still acknowledge their past adventures from the second game, but the characters and the events that happen in that game is just irrelevant to the plots of Uprising. If Nintendo decides to acknowledge the second game once more, and use some things or someone from that game to be used in a future Kid Icarus game, they could just present it as a prequel to the first game to fix this timeline issue. Overall, the timeline goes like this: Myths and Monsters, Kid Icarus, and then Uprising. You could make a counter argument and say they're from two different timelines, since the characters did mention different timelines and alternate universes in one of the conversations from Palutena's guidance.
If you were defeated by Medusa, Palutena wouldn't be here today, right?
True, but what does that have to do with anything?
We may have triumphed over Medusa in this timeline, but in a different timeline, you lost that fight, leaving Medusa and Hades to rule the world. Every action and inaction creates infinite parallel worlds. You're only in one of them.
Wait, I'm not the only me? And nothing I do matters because another me will do the opposite? Then what's the point of doing anything?
To add more to this, there's no mention of the Soothsayer in the first game manual, and the same thing goes for Medusa in the second game, so the different timelines and alternate universes is still a possibility. It's possible that Medusa wasn't mentioned in the second game. It's because I think they had in mind that the players have prior knowledge of the first game before playing the second game, and have new players not to worry about playing the first game. If I had to go with one theory, I would say the events that happen in Myths and Monsters is the start of the timeline, and then the other games happen. So, what do you guys think? Do you believe in these theories? Was I wrong? Is there something you'd like to add? Or do you have another theory of your own? So anyway, as always, take care, be safe, have yourselves a good night, and I'll see you back here again with your boy, Mr. A.I.G. Later.